Yes, yes, I'm happily married.
Okay, but does he serve you? Is he giving you everything that you need? Because happiness is not the only thing that matters. He could be absolutely perfect and still not be the perfect man for you. I just don't see how y'all are out here being happy and posting and stuff like you friends with your husband. Like it's giving pick me. Like you don't have a brain of your.
Women need to start making the first move. If anyone wants to be in a relationship, that's absolutely what has to happen. It just has to happen. Guys in the comments, back me up on this. We have told men for years that their masculinity is toxic. Some men, as they got interested in dating, that's literally all they know, is to stay away from women, is to not bother them, and definitely don't approach them. So there is nothing wrong with a woman approaching a man. That shows confidence. And you know what? I don't even know if this stat is true. I didn't do much research into this, but I did see that 86% of women who make the first move end up married. So, I mean, come on, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't even care if that's not even a true statistic. Hell, let's run with that. But guys, back me up in the comments. Say, yeah, you would love that. Or women say, yeah, I made the first move and I'm now engaged, married, whatever. I'm telling you, that's just the way it's got to be. You don't have to like it. I mean, I'm sure guys didn't like when they were being called, when their masculinity, when their whole being was called toxic. They didn't like that. So start making the first move. And again, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like having to make the first move. You could still have a traditional relationship after that. This is just getting you in a damn relationship. And as far as, not liking things, I do things every day that I don't like to do, but it makes me a better person, gets me to my goals. So these are just facts, okay? Women, make the first move.
There are too many DL men. Guys always say that they're trying to be respectful in the gym and not approach women, but they will literally, the woman will be staring, begging, come talk to me, come talk to me. But no, they don't do it. We appreciate that you are being respectful. Love that. Love a safe gym. We love that. But I don't want to be the one to go up to you all the fucking time. I want to be the woman. Fucking come up to me. If you see that I'm literally fucking you with my fucking eyes, literally approach. It is not that hard. If you're cute, I'm cute. You're probably not creepy. There are too many DL men. And they're all at my gym, apparently.
So you're telling me that men are creepy because they're attractive, you think that you're attractive, but they're not approaching you. Has it ever crossed your mind that maybe they don't view you with the same level of attractiveness that you view yourself?
If you were in the car with your girlfriend and your mom, who are you letting sit in the front seat?
Who got there first?
Who got there first? Wait, am I answering this?
Both of them are getting in the car at the same time. You're picking them up from the house or something.
All right, so they walking out. Whoever walked to which door is which one they get in. I'm already driving. Baby, you pick your own seat. I'm not your father.
Somebody in the comments said my mom would let my girl sit in the front all the time. I don't know whoever had this problem, but my mom always sits in the back. I know that's right. My parents ain't trying to sit in no front. Oh, you can sit there. You can, no. Get in the front. I can ride in the back. I'm just fine back here. Be it starting whole arguments about sitting in the back. I'll sit in the back. Just get in the front. All right, Dad, I got it.
I'm a 34-year-old single Korean American girl, and instead of looking for a relationship, I'm going to church today. I'm looking very modest, I'm covered up, and I'm going to pray to God that He'll find me a handsome and nice husband.
I mean, You're not gonna like him anyway, so it don't matter.
As a Russian immigrant, I completely gave up on dating in the West because I've been talking to these men and it's like, what do you mean you never got into a physical fight? Very normal to get into physical fights. Nowadays it's all like, oh my god, like bullying, anti-bullying. I feel like that just made men Russia, God forbid somebody hears that you didn't open the door for her on the first.
Excuse me, what? Start with the fact that this girlie spreads a lot of misinformation about Russia and she romanticizes this country too much. As someone who grew up in Russia, I would never date a Russian man. Like, you could not pay me to date a Russian man. She makes a weird point about like, oh, I want to feel safe and protected and Russian men are so athletic and like they can protect me or something like that. Bro, you know that these strong Russian men, like the first person they're gonna use this strength on will be you. Look at domestic violence rates in Russia and how it's not even considered a crime and they're just gonna let them go and nothing's gonna happen to them because, oh, you know, shit happens. It just, you probably pissed him off, right? Because you're his wife. They're so polite that they even created a specific slur to call women who don't want to sleep with them on a first date and supposedly just want them for a free meal or whatever. They have a term for that. Do you think it's a good sign or no? On Russian side of TikTok, every other video of a girl talking about her dating experience is bad. It's always some bad situation that happened to her on a date that she never wants to go on a date ever again. And a lot of Russian women are moving to different countries or want to like find a man from a different country because they simply do not want to date Russian men. So yeah, stop spreading misinformation.
How come when I'm trying to date, it's either they want to smash or they want to date? Like, there's no in between. Why can't we do both? Why can't we be like regular freaking people and go on a date and then smash and then keep doing that, then get married? Like, I don't understand why it has to be this or thing, because on Tinder specifically, the men on there are trying to take your clothes off through the screen before they've ever even said hello. They are already trying to figure out the color of your underwear, what color your nipples are, and it's just getting out of hand. But then when you go on Hinge, it's like, let's go on a date to go get coffee and do puzzles together and talk about our feelings for 5 months and then maybe we'll be able to kiss. I don't understand. Why does there have to be an or? Let's just put it together, do both, and we all should be married and be on our merry way. Anyways, bye.
You know what sucks about being a woman is wanting to make like jokes that men make, but it's like not funny. So it's not funny because it's like I'm a woman and it's not funny. Like, women aren't funny. It's just the fact that like it doesn't make sense. So one of my favorite memes is like from Brian Silva. He's like, y'all ever just get the urge to like fuck a dude? And I love that meme. But when I say it, like, I'm a straight woman. Yes, I do get the urge to fuck a dude. So it's like by default it's not funny. But when men say it who are straight, it's like, ha, you're just, you know, you're straight. You obviously you're not gonna fuck a dude. But for me, it's like, yes, I will, because I'm a woman who likes men. And I'm like, dude, how can I just like transform for 30 seconds for a joke so that I'm a man so it's funny? Like, I tell my friends, I'm like, I'm about to make a joke. You're just gonna have to pretend I'm a man for like 30 seconds so it's funny. Because if not, it's gonna be like, that doesn't make sense. Like this situation. I don't know.
I feel like it would depend on how you say it, because this could definitely be funny coming from a woman. Like, she's making a joke, and yeah, and so that happened. And you know what? Sometimes you ever feel like you just want to get with a dude? It's so off, like it's so in your face, like blunt, like surprising, that people will laugh at it. I've seen this sort of thing executed by better female comedians. just executed and executed well, and people just busted out laughing, men and women. So yeah, you can say it. It's just how you deliver it. You just might not be funny.
I'm an aggressive, dominant female, right? So how do I get a guy to break those walls down?
Put the shoe on the other foot real quick. I just want to, I guess, note what this be sounding like to me. I can't wait for a woman to come along and bring me into my masculine era. I mean, the right woman to really motivate me to really protect and provide for her. Because most of these women done had me in my soft era for so long that I don't even know if women are really worthy of bringing out my masculinity. So I really got to trust the right one in order to be the man that I'm supposed to be. Who dating me? I say something like that.
Well, you know what's crazy?
Who with me if I'm saying that me being a man is contingent on you being the woman that you're supposed to be? Like, be realistic. You feel me? And again, this not to knock my beloved. I don't know her, and I don't know contextually what she means by having walls up. You feel me? And that's why I said I'm trying to be gracious. But I find too often, especially because it's popular rhetoric, that a lot of women will rather choose to place their healing, to place their progress on the backs of a doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like ladies, bruh, because again, I find it more with women. Take men out of the center of your life and see what that do for you.
Splitting finances equally does not equate to your partner going and blowing money on strippers or not doing any chores at home. I don't know where this narrative came into the picture, but that's just, it makes no sense, guys. Fiance and I split our finances in the sense that we split our mortgage and we split our utilities because we live in New York City and it's extremely freaking expensive to live here. And we also split the household responsibilities like doing the chores or taking care of our pets. But more important than all of this, we're aligned on our big picture. So even the money that we're not splitting, we talk about where our income is going. We figure out our investment strategies together, even if we're investing into separate accounts. We know how much we want to save each month, each year, building wealth together. That's something that's always been important to me. I know some people have provider mentality and some people want to be taken care of. It's just not who I am. And I personally love seeing the fruits of my own labor. Like, I get validated when I see how much wealth I've built on my own. Outside of the money aspect of it too, it's like, I want to see what I can accomplish in my own career. It's important to me. Our main goal is to build generational wealth and make sure our kids have everything that they need to have a successful life. So yeah, we both work in demanding jobs, we make good money, but we also learn how to save all of that. And we're building a separate business on top of that together. So the work for that, Sam is primarily doing anyway. We have a music and media business where we host DJ sets from our living room, and Sam is filming all of that, editing all of that, and I do the social media and organization and strategy behind it. Our relationship dynamic is already very different than other relationship dynamics in the sense that we're not only partners, but we also are roommates. I mean, we live together. You know, we are roommates, and we're also business partners, so yeah.
A lot of women think it's a bad idea to display kindness to a man they're sleeping with. They value their sexual intimacy below getting a plate of food, which is weird because why are you sleeping with a man that you don't like? My video was about questioning the boundaries of a woman that was comfortable hooking up with me on the first date, but was appalled at the idea of dropping off a plate of food when I was sick from an event that she was already at that I offered to pay for because that's girlfriend behavior. Then what is sex? You don't think it's a backwards mentality to hunch on a man that you wouldn't do a simple favor for? Deflecting to the fact that men also do this is dumb because when did men become the bar for your morality? What sense does it make to mimic the poor behavior of men that you claim to dislike? The lies and fan fiction about me in that comment section is hilarious. Someone said I was entitled and wanted a maid. Others said I didn't have a car. Someone said that I was testing her. Maybe I was just hungry. I don't know. Someone said I didn't crack her good enough, which is also odd because she was begging for more and wanted a relationship.
No, bro, we got it. We got it on the first go round. We got it on the first go round. It's just that modern women like doing what they like doing whenever they want to do it. They don't want to be held accountable.
Now, I expected the men to have mental breakdowns when I said that I don't give BJs, but what I didn't expect was to see so many women having mental breakdowns. The patriarchy has its claws in some of y'all very fucking deep. Like, y'all are really out here arguing that it is super fulfilling and exciting and fun for you to get down on your knees and do your duty anytime you want him to do the dishes, show up as a participant in the life that he also lives and built with you. Yikes. Because to me, it is really fucking weird that it is so normalized, it is so expected that if I'm a woman in a relationship, at any point, my partner can walk into whatever room I'm in, regardless of whether we've been talking or connecting or anything, and literally just request to be serviced, oops, I had a need, like he wants a muffin. And yet women have bought so deeply into the system that subjugates, objectifies, uses, and exploits them that they are actually arguing that this is fulfilling for them as well. It's okay to admit that we're in a fucked up culture and that culture encourages us to do some fucked up shit sometimes. So I am begging women, please stand up. Stand up. Think for 2 seconds about what it really means that he can treat feeling horny like a need like hunger, and he can just take what he wants from you and then go. Honey, that's not actually That's with your body. That's using your body to do what he would normally do with his hand. I am begging you to see that that is not empowering, that is not fulfilling, and that is not love.
3 days later.
Let the rain fall down and make my
Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Disregard everything that she said.
They, right, are not lonely enough. One of the most fascinating things I see on this app is this coping mechanism that girls have made up of this new thing called the male loneliness epidemic. Literally every time I see this video, like at least every week, and this topic comes up every single month to the point that it keeps circulating. The only people who bring up this male loneliness epidemic is women. Like, there's no men. There's not a single man that comes on this app actually complaining about how lonely they are. I have endless amounts of content because of the fact that women come on this app on a daily basis complaining about things like men not approaching them. Why don't men do this for women anymore? Oh my God, men are standing on platforms and they're not centering women. It is very obvious to me that women have come up with this to try to make themselves feel better for the fact that they're struggling to get men to center them to the extent that we used to. Like, I see videos like this on a daily basis, like, why aren't men approaching people in public anymore? Because I'm not getting approached. This girl talking about how she doesn't understand even how to give guys indication that she wants to be approached. Even just making eye contact is difficult for her. Or many relationships that are very similar to this girl who came on the internet publicly admitting that when her husband does things for her on a repetitive basis, that's normal. But the small times that she has to do something like, get up to go get the TV remote, it bothers her. Like, she gets so angry at him. This talking point gets thrown around a lot because of the fact that the percentage of men who are single are higher than women by a lot. But that is also because men have a advantageous position in having casual relationships. There's not a lot that a man can gain from being in a relationship that he couldn't get in a somewhat casual but, somewhat exclusive relationship, if you know what I mean. For women, it is very advantageous for the most part to be in a relationship. While I'm not sitting there acting like every woman has a provider man, a lot of women do save money when they're in relationships. So you are more incentivized to go looking for one. While a man, even for me, I didn't even look or even be interested in dating until about 26 years old because I was focusing on having enough money to even afford going on dates. Because I see so many women that use this whole male loneliness epidemic as an obvious coping mechanism to make themselves feel better for the fact that dating isn't going exactly how they plan. That's why it's not really a coincidence when you see the male content creators that are constantly talking about relationships, whether it's me, John Cannon, Aqua, BRS, all these guys, most of the time we have relationships, happy relationships, but all of these adult women who make, in my opinion, the red pill but for women, they're all clearly so unhappy and they're struggling to find meaningful relationships. And if you want to take that advice and hope that somehow you beat the odds, then go ahead. But most of the time you're going to be older, growing more and more animosity towards the opposite gender because of the fact that you just can't rationalize that maybe not all men are bad and you just have to do slightly above average to go and find a decent man. Moral of the story here is there's obviously, in my opinion, no such thing as the male loneliness epidemic. It literally doesn't make any sense that we can all agree men are approaching less. And if we were so lonely, it is the equivalent of a starving or thirsty person just choosing not to go get a beverage or food because what would the rationale be? It is more than likely these people that you think are so thirsty and so hungry aren't as thirsty and hungry as you might think. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
I'm looking at somebody in the comments say, they're trying to convince us that we're lonely until we believe it. That's all it is, man. It's just propaganda. Modern women upset that men have moved on. Chad and Tyrone have absolutely blown their back out multiple times. I mean, just wore him out. Chad had his fun for about 3 or 4 hours, multiple rounds, and then flipped her over to Tyrone. Your turn, bro. And they just tossing and turning her every which way. Maybe bringing another dude for a little bit of razzle dazzle, and then send her on back out to the street. That's it. I mean, Y'all trying to tell us, well, y'all getting ran through that we're not lonely enough, that we need to be even lonelier. The men are not lonely. They're just fine. Just because you try to hit us with the propaganda doesn't mean that we're going to fall for it. The men are doing okay. You're doing okay, right? Maybe some things that I want to do a little bit better, but I'll be all right.
Did y'all see that video of that tired ass black woman that actually got on here and let us know that she had 5 kids under the age of 7 and that her husband ultimately downgraded her car and started to use financial abuse against her, so she went to go live with her daddy? She said that she was going to stand on business. She wasn't going to allow herself to be treated a certain way in her relationship. And now she has to go back and figure out how to make some money for herself to support her kids, all while staying at her daddy's house. And I just want to say, girl, you need to go back to that man, okay? Don't let it even be too long in between. Don't even give him a chance to go outside and pretend like he ain't got 5 kids and find him some young, fine stuff to spend his money on. He's already shown you that he do not care about what you got to say because he downgraded your car and you was upset about it, and that's why you decided to stand on business. You ultimately set yourself up for this because you trusted that man enough to have 5 kids for him and no income. You believe that he would make the right decisions by you, and guess what? Now you got to live with the decisions that he's doing. Yes, he's going to start using some financial abuse to have his way and have his leverage in the relationship, just like how you try to have your leverage in the relationship. You decide to take this man's kids away from him and go stay with your daddy, right? You tried to put your foot down. Well, he put his foot down and he's like, yeah, I'm going to downgrade your car and I'm not going to help you that much. You're going to see what it's like to really have to go out here and live like a single mom, and baby, that is not what you want to do. And girl, no man in his right mind is going to take you seriously with 5 kids under 7. They will come through and lay up with you. They might even bring you some Happy Meals for your kids. But as far as turning you into their wife or taking you seriously, no, girl, you need to go back to your husband before he had too much fun out in these streets. Y'all know how these men like to lie about how many kids that they really got to pull another woman. And you don't have no money, honey. He the one with the money. He can go out here and spend all your child support on another chick. Be quiet and go home. It's not that serious. Unless this man put his hands on you, ain't no standing on business. Make sure that them kids is fed.
Thought I was getting set up yesterday on a coffee date. Turns out I had the complete wrong day. I showed up to the place, texted him that I was there, and then I looked back at our conversation and realized it was actually for today. So I did go today. We met up today still. He was very understanding. It was kind of funny, but I did go to the same coffee shop 2 mornings in a row, served by the same girl. Pretty sure she recognized me. So that was special. Hope everyone has a great Sunday.
Having guy friends is literally so underrated because they have the best lore. And I'm going to give you an example. So my friend JB was at a bar and this, and I quote, dime of a MILF comes over to talk to him and they start flirting and they hit it off and she starts hitting on him. And she, halfway through the conversation, she's like, how old are you? And he's like, I'm 23. And she's like, well, you're about the same age as my daughter. And she pulls up a picture of her daughter. Now this daughter is the girlfriend that broke up with him 2 years ago. But he doesn't let the mom know that. And the mom obviously has no idea because she's hitting on him in a bar. I'm like, you have to for the sake of everybody who wants to, that can't do this, you have to get invited to family Thanksgiving. So JB is friends with his ex's current boyfriend. And the mom is a MILF who's a divorcee. So she's not gonna get all like emotionally attached. Her feelings are gonna be tied up if she decides to like have him over for their family Thanksgiving, because she's like, it's a dude 20 years younger than me. He's a fling, no big deal. And he gets to show up to his ex-girlfriend's family Thanksgiving as her mom's date. And she can't do anything about it. What's she gonna do? She can complain to her mom, hey, that was my ex from 2 years ago that I dumped. She can act upset about it, but that'd be really freaking weird since she's supposed to be in a happy relationship. There is no lose-lose to this situation. I was like, dude, you have to get an invite. You have to play the long game for a month so that you can get an invite to her family's Thanksgiving. So anyway, they went out for drinks again, hit off great. They're going out for another date. It's looking very promising.
This girl commented on my video talking about, girl, he could take me to the park. Yeah, of course he could take you to the park. Of course he could take you to the park. Like, the standard is in fucking hell. That's your business. You want to go, you want to get taken to the park? You want to set the standard that low? Like, that's the problem. You bitches are fucking up the economy by agreeing to lame ass shit like going to the park. Yeah, of course, now my standard is unreachable because you were easily going to the park. You're easy going to the park. Why would he spend any money on anyone ever if you're easily going to the park? But I'm crazy. But I'm crazy for having a standard. I'm crazy for having a standard. Please.
I know you guys probably don't use your brains for anything, but you take your kids to the park, and your kids use the park as a source of entertainment. As a matter of fact, they have walking trails at the park. They have picnics. Families spend whole reunions at the park, and they make memories there. They bring out some music, they bring out some food, they cater, or they'll barbecue out there, and they'll sit out there, they'll talk, they'll connect. Oh man, it was so great to see you. Once again, hey, take my number. Let's get together, man. We can't go another year or 2 years or 3 years without seeing each other. So you go to a park to connect with people, right? There's women in the comments, as ignorant as they come, talking about, mind you, my dog takes me to the park. I guess to that, I'd say some of you guys treat y'all's pets a lot better than you treat your man. Make sure your pet is has all their shots, they up to date on anything and everything that they need. You make sure that your pet is not only fed, he's well fed, or she is well fed, the best quality foods. Some of these women, they'll go through the process of chopping, all that. Their pet is groomed, and they don't take the pet to the groomer for somebody else to do it. They don't outsource it. They do it themselves. You don't even do that to your man. You don't even do that for your man. And the man provides for you. The man spends money on you, pays the bills, and you don't even do that. So some of y'all are treating y'all's dog better than y'all treat your man, right? A walking date, okay, Clifford, okay, Scooby-Boo, okay, Paw Patrol. Just get your stupid behind out there and walk. Just talk to somebody. Stop making dumb jokes. That's why y'all can't find a man, because y'all sit up here making dumb jokes about everything. Just get out there and learn how to connect with somebody. That's literally it. Am I your pet? No. You're a human being. Human being. You know why they have pets or parks? It's for people to come around and play and to meet and to mingle. That's what it's for. I mean, my God. Central Park. Hey, man, let's go over here. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you could do. Discovery Green in Houston. I know they have that. That's not just for animals. Silly. You have food trucks out there. Why? Because families go out there. Hey, man, we want to spend a day out. We want to spend an afternoon out here. Have you guys lost the art of connection? Is your mind so one track, one way, that the only way that you can connect with somebody is over dinner? Dumb.
Men are absolutely insane. So today I go to breakfast with my homegirls. I'm gonna see my homegirls in well over a month, my closest homegirls, and I jumped in the DMs, jumped in a group chat like a month ago. Boom, calendar invites. Okay, because at this point it's insane. I don't know if we've hung out since we all went out of town together for our end of school year resort or whatever we do in June every year. So we meet up for breakfast this morning. I throw on this t-shirt and some biker shorts. Okay, it's just breakfast. It's just my homegirls, and I know I'm gonna run some errands after breakfast, just a few little light errands, clean my car and that kind of thing, stuff where I don't necessarily need to be looking the freshest, because I'm gonna sweat. And because I'm gonna sweat and I'm 200 plus, okay, I'm a big girl. I'm not no little girl. I'm a big girl, okay, and I'm big and bigger in certain places. I put a little powder. I'm old school. I was raised to put powder on down there. Helps with chafing, helps regulate the moisture. Okay, whatever. But one thing I know is that powder gonna seep through them biker shorts. It happens every time. I'm gonna get pulled over 11,000 times. People gonna be like, you got some powder on your... Yes, I'm aware. It's okay. I'm not embarrassed. I washed my butt this morning, and then there's powder. Okay, everything is good. Nobody's checking for me. So cool. I go to the store. I ain't in the store 5 minutes. I'm at Foot Locker. looking for I'm at Foot Locker, looking for my son some shoes. Dude at the dude. Can I get your number? Can I get your number? Y'all don't see this powder in my behind? It's right in the booty crack. Because I got on them scrunch leggings. The ones that kind of scrunch. Not leggings. Scrunch shorts. I got on the ones that scrunch in between the booty. Okay? Y'all don't see this? Y'all don't see that? Y'all still... Okay. All right. And what I do? No, thank you. This is why I'm going to say single. Because any opportunity... I don't even look a dude away. I just be like, no, it's almost like I roll my eyes and I say no thank you, and they be like, I just wanna no thank you. One dude, I'm at the gas station pumping gas in my car. He said, did you do that on purpose or on accident? I'm like, huh? Purpose or on accident? Huh? He said it was on accident. Then I realized when he drove away what he was talking about. Yes, it's actually an accident that happened on purpose. It's not something that I want to happen, but it's something that I don't mind happening because I definitely put powder in my butt on purpose. Did I want it to come out of my butt? No, I didn't want that. So here we are, and y'all are weird.
So if I can understand what you're talking about, you went out here and you wore not regular shorts. You wore shorts that would show off your figure, is what you did. And they responded to you showing off your figure by expressing interest. What are we talking about here? Like, what's the problem? Y'all will make a mountain out of a molehill. There's no story here. He saw something that they were interested in, and they came over. You guys have a weird way of thinking. And now I see why the men in the comments were talking about how weird you were. Because this is kind of stupid. Like, what are we talking about?
What's making dating so difficult is that women are still unknowingly perpetuating patriarchal ideas when they want a more modern relationship. So I don't care if you want a traditional relationship or if you want a modern day one. But the problem is when you come with such high expectations, wanting both. So a lot of women break the mold of traditional households or dynamics. Like, I'm the boss ass bitch, I have my own business, I make my own money, I have my own opinions. That is great. You have broken the mold. You better be giving potential partners the same grace. So you're probably not going to be as feminine as women were in the past. So you better be okay with the men you might be dating not being as masculine as they were, because the expectations that people have with men being financial providers and, you know, being able to lead in relationships and be gentlemen and have this chivalrous behavior, those are all ideas and concepts created and perpetuated by the patriarchy. Probably more positive ones, but what people are doing is that they're nitpicking what they like and don't like and treating it like it's a buffet. It's not a buffet, because if you make $300,000 a year, you don't need a man to make more money. You can desire a man to make more money, and that's okay. But you cannot hold men to a standard that you yourself do not meet. And so if you want them to be more traditional and you're not traditional, it is hypocritical. Men have become more passive and more feminized than they have in the past because the conditions aren't set up for them to succeed as easily as they used to. The common man cannot support an entire family off of an average income. It's just not possible. And so while women were developing more skill sets, developing more masculine traits, men were kind of getting a reality check where, oh shit, I am being invited to a level of masculinity that hasn't been required before because the bar has been risen. So a lot of men are struggling to step up and meet those expectations. But if you don't want a traditional life, if you don't want to be a trad wife, that is totally okay. The old paradigm hasn't completely eroded yet. A lot of people still want that, and that's fine. But if you don't want that, you need to be able to adjust your expectations to something new. Relationships aren't going to look like what you're used to. There's a lot of conditioning that women don't know they still have that are perpetuating these things that they claim they don't believe in and that they don't want. There's a lot of modern day feminists still being provided for by a man. those actions aren't aligning with the belief system. And there's a lot of like hyper independent, business babes that want more traditional setup, but they have a hard time delegating decisions or letting go of control and being able to be more flexible. So when it comes to modern day dating, you better know yourself, because it requires a lot of knowing yourself and identifying your strengths and weaknesses. Modern day relationships looks like, hey, I'm really good in this area, so I will make decisions in this area. You're really good in this area, so you make decisions in that area, and then we'll come together for the rest. You need to be able to know yourself, though. You need to be able to be independent, but also emotionally available to have those conversations. Because what people tend to do is like, the moment a partner brings something up that requires them to change, they will like summon like irrelevant, illogical arguments out of thin air. Oh no, you're trying to control me. You're trying to suppress me. I'm an independent woman. Oh wait, you better be providing for me. Like the next day they're like, oh, you better be providing for me and you better be doing X, Y, Z. So they're manipulating and they're weaponizing like old traditional setups to like modern day dating. Like there is no consistency. This is why I'm saying know yourself. Because this whole like whiplash thing that you're doing to manipulate someone to not have to change, to not have to decide, is only making you both miserable. A lot of people come into relationships thinking they need things that they don't. We actually have very little needs from another person. We have a lot more desires, but we're calling our desires needs. And that's just not the case.
I don't know if I'd say unknowing. Like they know what they're doing. They know what they got going on. I think we need to stop talking about, oh, it's feminine and masculine it was just a different set of like things that they were doing is what it was. Okay, since I'm going to do this, then can you do that? Sure. Since I'm better at this, then why don't you do that? Sure. Too many times modern women try to put men in a box, and they're having trouble. It's kind of what you're saying is they're having trouble keeping men in that box, because men are like, okay, well, wait a minute. If your role is changing, then my role can change. And you're saying to the man, no, your role needs to stay the same. It just has to. I don't make the rule. That's just the way it is. And my daddy told me so. My grandfather told me so. Your daddy and your grandfather lived in a time, in a day and age, when women had some sort of respect for men. Some sort of common decency to at least cook. At least do their wifely duties if they hated the man. Even if they didn't care for him. To at least do something. Y'all don't do anything. Y'all sit there and siphon the man's money away. And then sit up there and talk about, oh, well, he did this to me, that. Y'all are not doing anything. Y'all are not bringing anything to the table. Unknowingly perpetuating patriarchal ideas is crazy. Unknowingly, they know that they want to be lazy. They know they want to be a passenger princess. They know they want to be on the beach all day. They know they're tired of working. That is not an excuse.
And since we're all sharing our worst first dates, let me tell you mine. I never thought I was going to share this with the internet because there's so many elements of this that's so bad. Here we go. I matched with this guy. His name was Gospel. That is his name, and I think his behavior that night was so heinous that he doesn't warrant anonymity. And also his name's Gospel. That adds to the story. This was like 4 years ago. We match on Hinge. And we're going back and forth. He says, hey, let's do like a wine and paint night. I say, that sounds so fun. We end up having a wine and paint night at my place. Now, I've since grown up a little since then. That was 4 years ago. I was 26, new to the dating app world. I was just inviting people over to my house for the first night. I've stopped scheduling first dates at my apartment. At the time, I'm living in downtown Los Angeles. He texts me saying, hey, I'm here. I'm in the parking lot. We were gonna walk to a Target that was nearby, and we were going to buy wine and painting supplies and have like a little night of that. So I go and I meet him in the parking lot. Right when I meet him in the parking lot, he does this number. And he goes, oh my God, I forgot my wallet. Now that should have been my sign to be like, oh, you should go then, because parking isn't free. I don't know what I'm doing, so I say, oh, no problem. He's like, do you mind? Like, I can Venmo you. I'm like, sure. I pay his $7 to park at my apartment. We start walking to Target. He's walking in front of me. I don't like that. We get to Target. We start shopping around. We get like paints. We get easels. We get a bottle of wine.
We get to the checkout. Again, I forgot that he didn't have his wallet. As they're scanning, I'm standing there in my head wondering like, oh, is he gonna pay for all this? Then suddenly, right when I'm at the register, I go, this bitch doesn't have his wallet. So he looks at me and he goes, sorry, I don't have my wallet. I'm like, pay for everything at Target. We walk back to my place. He stops at his car and he goes, oh wait, can I get my backpack from my car? Why am I letting a stranger with a backpack enter my apartment? I don't know. I go, sure, get your backpack. He gets his backpack. We walk into my apartment. He's wearing like a black zip up and like gray joggers. Okay, so not really dressed up for a first date. It's fine. We're just gonna hang out at my apartment. We get inside my apartment. We sit at my table in my kitchen. We start talking to each other. Again, I just met this man, so I don't know anything about him, so we're just going back and forth. We're sitting down, he opens up his backpack. He tells me, oh, I brought a gift for you. I say, wait, that's so nice. He is Nigerian. He says, yeah, in my culture, in Nigerian culture, if you go to someone's house for the first time, you have to bring them a gift. I say, oh, that's so sweet. He pulls out a diptyque candle. I say, ah, okay. He hands me the candle. I say, this is so nice of you. I put it on the table. Then he tells me that he just came back from a bachelor party and that he has party favors in his backpack. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. If you don't worry about it. I go, ah, okay. He starts pulling out the party favors. He has one party favor and another party favor. He asks if I'd like to imbibe in either of the party favors. I say, no, thank you. I just met you. I, again, should have been like, you need to leave. I don't know you and now you're bringing party favors into my apartment. You've got to go. I'm just a child. I'm just a girl. I will say that one of the party favors he brings is, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, so I'm going to say grass. Grass, and then another party favor. I for sure say no to this party favor, but I say yes to the grass. I watch him roll up the grass, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this will calm me down. He passes me the grass, I imbibe in the grass, and then it doesn't calm me down, it makes me more paranoid. Now I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I just took grass from a stranger. I'm going to die now. I start to panic. I don't die. Spoiler alert. Now we've chatted, whatever. I've calmed down. Everything's fine. Now we start to paint each other. I actually still have these paintings somewhere in my apartment lying around. This is a new apartment, but I still have them. If you want to see them, tell me. We're talking as we're painting. He's being super cheesy. He's just like, at that time I had just gotten out of a 12-year relationship. He's like, wow, I can't believe a guy would have fumbled you. Like, look at you. You're at your place. My apartment in downtown was sick. Floor to ceiling glass. It was beautiful. Decorated very nicely. I can show you that too if you're interested. He's like, look at this place. Look at what you do. You're so successful. Like, how could somebody have fumbled? And I'm just like, okay, you're being cheesy. You don't know me. I could be insane. The best thing that came of this night is that he introduced me to Fleabag, which is such a good show. Go and sit on my couch. Now we're just watching Fleabag. Oh, side note, I told you I engaged in the grass party favor. He had been engaging in both party favors. So we do grass together and then he does the rest of it all on his own, and I'm just kind of watching this man do this in my living room and I'm like, who is this and why am I allowing this? We're watching Fleabag. He goes, do you mind if I change into something more comfortable? I go, no problem. He then takes off his sweater. Underneath his sweater, all he's wearing is a white tank top, like a wife pleaser, if you will. He takes that off and now this man is just shirtless in his joggers in my living room. Now, I will say he did have a six-pack. And so ultimately, like, that wasn't the biggest problem. I'm just like, okay, why is he naked? Like, I'm fully in my clothes. What is happening? Obviously now I'm like, okay, something's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna get into something. We end up kissing. Okay, we're kissing. And then he's like, do you want to move to your bedroom? Fine, whatever, we're here. Let's get on with it. He was a good kisser and he was fit. So we go to my bedroom and now we're doing what people do in a bedroom. And this is the part that like really just makes me so upset every time I think about it. I haven't gotten over it. He has been imbibing in this party favor all night. So he is sweaty and but he's sweating a lot and I'm just kind of like, this is kind of grossing me out. He is on top of me and he is sweating and he's making these like crazy noises and I'm just like, okay, this is like really a bit much for me. On my bed, I have a $75 Anthropologie pillow that I love dearly. I watch this man grab my Anthropologie pillow, use it, and wipe his whole body down with it so that way the sweat gets off of his body, and then throw the Anthropologie pillow across my room. Oh my god, I've never been more violated. We finish, thank god. I'm so over this guy now. Continues to imbibe in his party favors, this man named Gospel, who's the son of a preacher. We finish, I go into my restroom, he walks to my living room, whatever. I come out of the restroom, why is this man at my fridge helping himself to my grapes? I go, oh, you're really making yourself comfortable. He goes, sorry, I was a little hungry. And then he goes, do you have food? No, I don't have food. You need to leave. You know, at this point, I have no backbone. I don't know how to say no to anyone. So when he says that he's hungry, he goes, hey, I noticed a hibachi food truck outside of your place. I said, yeah, there's a hibachi food truck out there. He goes, I'm kind of hungry. Are you? I say, no. I kind of want some of that. I say, okay, well, it's right outside, so maybe on your way to your car, you can go get that. He goes, no, come on, let's go together. I don't know how to say no, so I say, Okay. Walk with this man downstairs to the hibachi steak food truck. And as we're walking there, I'm just like, I'm so over this. I really just want this night to end. We're waiting in line. He's making conversation with me. I'm just like, please let this night end. We get to the front. He's like, what are you going to order? I say, I don't want anything. I'm not hungry. He goes, oh, okay. He orders lobster fried rice and a steak. As he's standing there finishing ordering, the girl says, okay, that'll be $40. This man steps to the side like this and looks at me as if he were a child and I was his mother, because remember, he doesn't have his wallet. And I should have been like, oh, sounds like you can't get your food. Sounds like you should walk to your car and I'm gonna walk to my apartment. Bye, see you never. I don't do that. I say, and here's my card. Go ahead, charge it. Jazz. I pay for the hibachi. We walk back to my apartment. I'm in such an annoyed mood. It's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. We sit in my living room. We're watching Fleabag. He's eating his food. He goes, wow, like, is this what it would be like to be married to you? Like, I could really see myself spending the rest of my life with you. I say, you're crazy. You need to leave. I'm never gonna talk to you after this night. He eats his stupid little food. I say, okay, I'm tired. Like, I need you to leave. He goes, okay, like, do you want to go again? And I say, no, thank you. And he goes, are you sure? He leaves my apartment. As he's at my door, it's like the end of January, so Valentine's Day is around the corner. He goes, hey, like, I'd really love for you to be my Valentine. If you're free Valentine's Day weekend, like, I'd love to take you out. I just go, oh my God, please leave. Like, please get the hell out of here. I say, okay, yeah, we'll talk about it later. Bye. I say bye to him. He walks out. That night, I sleep on my couch because I can't dream of sleeping in my bed. My bed feels so violated and disgusting. My poor Anthropology pillow just ruined in the corner. I couldn't. It was a crime scene. I couldn't go back in there. Sleep on my couch. I wake up in the morning. His party favors are all around my apartment. I'm like mortified by this. I start picking everything up. I start cleaning. I change my sheets. I wash my sheets. Like, he's already texted me saying, that's such a good night. You're wifey material. One of my best friends, Alana, I'm on the phone with her. I'm telling her everything. And I say, the only good thing that came of it is that I learned Fleabag and I got a diptyque candle out of it. No problem. Finally finished cleaning. I'm thinking, I'm gonna light that candle and just call it a day. The way that this man took his candle back. That candle was nowhere to be found. It was not in my apartment. When he was packing up his little backpack, putting all his stuff in there, he put the candle back in there. Months later, I get a Venmo from him, and it says, no currency, just vibes. And it's like the exact $70 down to the cents charge. That was probably my worst date ever.
Somebody in the comments said exactly what I was thinking. You were not just a child. You were in your late 20s. 26, mind you. 26. They don't stop doing stuff that makes it. They're out here. They try to tell you. They're trying to tell you. Oh, I didn't know. I was only 26. You're only 26. At what point in time do we not fall for the okey doke? I can see if you were like maybe 17 or 18. I didn't know, man. I just wanted love. But this type of stuff that y'all are falling for, you're not even falling for it. This is what modern women don't tell you. I wanted to be involved in this. This is something that I was looking forward to. I'm not going to tell y'all that because it's going to make me look like I was out here reckless. I can't be seen looking like I'm reckless.